Now, let me tell you something most competitive and professional athletes don't want to admit. And that is that the better your golf gets, the more dangerous fear becomes. Now, when you were younger, there was less on the line, less eyes watching, less pressure. Now, those levels have increased. The standards have increased, the competition has increased, the money has increased. There's more ranking pressure, there's more expectation, and there's more noise. And with that is going to come a little bit of fear. And if you don't understand it, it will quietly ruin your career, whether it's just getting started, whether you're in the mini tours, or whether you're already established tour player on the PGA or DP World Tour. Now, this fear that I talk about, whether it's fear of failure, fear of success, fear of making mistakes, comes from a dirty fuel source. Now, what I mean by that is that there'll be some insecurities, there'll be fear of failure, like I just said, or a point to prove. And this fear will consume more time, energy, and focus that you need to be able to put into your golf game. So when you feel exhausted after 12 holes, you've got a million different swing thoughts going around in your head, you no longer want to be out on the golf course, and every decision seems impossible to make. You might think, oh, I just didn't sleep well, I'm just having an off day, or maybe I've not eaten enough. But most of the time, it's not physical depletion, it's emotional depletion. You're running on fear, and fear will burn through your energy sources quicker than you realize. The fear doesn't always seem as obvious, right? But it can show up as fear of failure, or if I go and make some mistakes, maybe people are going to think that I'm not good enough, or maybe it proves that I'm not good enough and not worthy to be here at this level and that I'm a fraud. Then you've got fear of success. But what if I do succeed? What if I do make myself an established tour player? Well, then there's the expectations, the pressure, the eyes are all going to increase. And what if I can't handle that? And then fear of judgment. Or what will people say about me? What will people say about me if I make mistakes? What will people start criticizing me now that I've got more eyes on me? Am I about to expose my weaknesses and insecurities? And do I really want to do that? And fear of the future. Oh, what if this doesn't work out? What if I do have to go get another job? What if this is my only chance to make this work? And as you can see, at higher levels, mistakes no longer really feel like mistakes. They are threats to your identity, status, money, and career. And most importantly, threats to your future. And when your nervous system senses this threat, it goes into protection mode. And just as much as this dirty fuel that we're running on, the protection mode will kill your performance just as quick. Your body tightens, your thinking narrows, your decisions are gone, you start playing safe rather than to commit, steering shots, overanalyzing your performance mid-round, and you tell yourself that this is normal and maybe just a little bit of discipline and I've got to do this to grind my way through this round, but it's not. That's survival mode. And you cannot access flow in survival mode. Sure, you can grind for a while, you can push through a couple of holes, maybe you get through it for one round, but eventually the tank will empty. And when that happens, results will start to be inconsistent, the confidence is non-existent, you start to worry about the future, and golf stops feeling like golf. And as you can see, fear doesn't just cost you shots. It costs you joy, freedom, creativity, instinct, energy. It turns a golf into a test. Self-judgment, self-deprecation, an evaluation of who you are. And when golf becomes an identity test, do you really think you're going to continue to enjoy it? Do you really think you're going to be able to go out there and play freely and play your best and play up to your potential and access that true talent that you know you have? Knowing that you are an ambitious golfer, I know that you've probably tried a few tools, but the breath work, the self-talk, the visualization, meditation, there's a reason why they don't work. Because you're slapping them over the top of fear and insecurity, which it's not going to impact. And once you've done the deeper work in understanding where this fear is coming from and dealing with the limiting beliefs that you have about yourself, you can then use those tools as performance enhancers. But you cannot slap them like a band-aid over deep-rooted insecurities and fear. Because they don't work when the pressure is high. They don't work when your identity is threatened, because you are not dealing with a focus problem. You are dealing with an emotional and a meaning problem. And it's just where you need to realize that fear is dirty fuel. You can burn through it for a little while, but elite performance requires clean fuel. And clean fuel is trust, alignment, and internal safety. And when you remove fear of failure, fear of judgment, fear of success, fear of the future, your nervous system will calm down, your thinking widens, your decisions simplify, and your energy stabilizes. You'll stop needing to force composure because you're no longer under threat. And that's when you can commit fully to shots that you know you can hit, stay stable after making mistakes, Go out there and play freely and actually enjoy the game more, shooting lower scores under tournament pressure. So the truth is this, your golf does not need more grind. It just needs less fear. And the better you get, the higher through the levels and the standards and the tours of golf, the more important that becomes. So if you're feeling heavier than you know you should, you're not enjoying the game anymore, your head gets loud mid-round, and if golf feels like survival rather than expression of what you know you are capable of doing, it's not your swing. It's the fuel that you are running on. And until you change that, fear will continue quietly stealing your potential.